Billy Joe Saunders, thanks for joining us on VIP YouTube today. I haven't seen you for a few months or spoken to you, so brilliant to catch up. Where are you in the world right now?
We're in Spain at the moment, mate, training. We're just away now. As you know, back in England, nothing's happening. Everybody's waiting for dates. My date's not confirmed yet, but we're in negotiations. It's a bit sad, really, because, the amount of big fights we all should have been seeing this year, Tyson, Fury, Wilder, that may go ahead, but very doubtful. Anthony Joshua still, is that going to happen? Canelo, myself. But we've missed out on a lot. The boxing world suffered. So, I'm just here now, put myself in shape, put myself where I need to be, and waiting for a call, really, for a fight.
What sort of opponent? I mean, obviously, you're not going to tell us who it's going to be, whether it could be Andrade, Jacobs, anyone. You're not at liberty to say who it's going to be. But will it be a big fight?
Well, look, at the minute, my management, MTK, is in negotiations and trying to sort, the best opponent for myself. And, I'm like I've stated, I'm very, very much open for the Callum Smith fight for this year. But I know that Joe Gallagher stated, the financial side for both may not be on the table, which I don't really know about that. I beg to differ a little bit. But, if not, I need the best fight possible what's out there. The best fight I can put my hands on, I need. So whoever's available.
Would that be Andrade or Jacobs? Are they the sort of opponents that will really get you up and get you in a gym and really working hard? Like, I've seen it when I've seen you in the gym before for like the Andy Lee fight. Even when you won your second world title, you just lived that fight for 12, 14 weeks, didn't you? Them sort of fights. They're the sort of fights you need?
Well, yeah, I've got to have. That's why I say, I'm chomping at the bit for the bestest fight possible for me. But the circumstances we're in at the moment with this world, it's very hard to do business with people. So, I've just left all the stress side of that to MTK. So they come back and they give me a couple of opponents, maybe, I don't know, and say, look, who do you fancy? Let's get our side done first, then let's go and make a flight. So, but look, the main thing is I need to be out this year because I would have been out the ring a year in November. For no one's fault, obviously. The COVID happened. I was straight back in training. I was in Dubai in January, away training in February, back in Vegas in March. And, I can only control what we can control. The pandemic come along and it's wiped everything out. And, we are here. So, we're dealt a shit hand of cards, to be honest, but we're going to plan for the best we can.
Yeah, it was Joe talking to us on VIP TV, and he said, it's a fight they'd love Callum Smith against you. Joe Gallagher was saying that he was the money. He wasn't, he didn't expect you to take less money, and he didn't expect Callum to. And he was suggesting it's more maybe when and also there's a pay-per-view backlog as well that would kill it for this year.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's one of them. It's one of them. It's one of them that the crowd, the gate's obviously stopping it. The gates. There's a lot of money on the gate just to say, oh, do you know what? We're gamble on the buys. So I can see Eddie Hearn's point of view, and Joe Gallagher's point of view is saying that. But on the other hand, sometimes, if you rolled the dice and it was built right, would it be a big fight? I believe it'd do big numbers. But look, the fight's always there. But the main thing is that, I think that I definitely need to be out this year, who it's against. But, Callum Smith would be, because it's a unification fight. That's a fight that definitely he would be chomping a bit for, and myself. And for the fans, they would, it's a fight that they certainly boxing fans wouldn't miss.
Yeah, and look, and it's end of this year. It gives everyone if it happened in December, it gives everyone a great lift. Two British fighters, Callum don't say a lot. You have plenty to say for yourself. There's always interest when you fight. Even when there's a press conference, people want to tune in to see whether you're going to say something or be good boy Billy, don't they?
Listen, it's one of them, mate. It's one of them. Like I say, Callum and myself, we've got complete. We're the opposite side of the fence in personalities and stuff like that. He's very laid back, very quiet. But look, with Callum, I've got a lot of respect for him because he's done a lot in the sport. He's a great fighter. I've got a lot of respect for the Smith family as well. The dad, Paul, Stephen, you know, friends with Stephen on the GB squad for Stephen for years, tournaments. So I've got a lot of respect for him. And, you know, I think that truly that this fight really should happen because it's a good fight. You know, it's all right for the fans taking part, you know, and watching, tuning in, but, you know, us actually in there giving it to the fans, what they want to see, and testing ourselves, putting everything on the line because, you know, I believe he's one of the best at the weight, and I know that he also knows the same about me.
Yeah. And so I was looking at earlier on, you're now managing a couple fighters. MTK have just announced you're going to be co-managing Louis Edmondson with them. You were saying the other day that, you know, whether it was taken out of context, I don't know. You can tell me where someone said about, you know, do you need the difference with Frank and Eddie? And you said you didn't need them. Would you ever consider promoting yourself?
Steve, look, the thing is here, I think that we took out of content a little bit because, look, Frank do the best job promoting me. He put me where I'm at. You know, I've been with Eddie now coming up a year. Has he done the best job promoting me? Probably could have done more. But the promoting side of things, what I was saying about, obviously I've got to thank MTK for not obviously dropping me and saying, see you later, there's your contract back, bye, is that good or bad publicity, which some is obviously very bad and I've paid the price for. I've put myself out there, maybe by accident, so maybe it's a bit of a fluke, but I believe that, you know, especially in British boxing, take away Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, that I'm probably one of the biggest names in Britain.
Yeah. Everyone knows you're mainstream, so...
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm thinking about going into the porn industry a little bit as well, so who knows?
You'll be good at that, wouldn't you?
I'll be very good at that, yeah.
Very good.
But listen, it's very exciting times for me because, you know, the young fighters that I look after, Dante Dixon, Louis Edmonds, I mean, it's exciting for me to guide them to the top. You know, I did it myself. Let me see if I can do it. It's a task. It's another task. You know, to build them from scratch. It's all right now just finding someone, signing someone was great and all the foundations there. That's good. You know, but I'm not really into that because, you know, it'd be nice if someone come in there in a big fight and, oh, yeah, you get a chunk of their money and this and that. But building someone from scratch, from the floor, all the way to the top. And I'm only really working with a small, limited amount of fighters. I'm not going to be one of these who's going to have 10, 12 fighters on their books. I'm lucky enough to have a brilliant management company, the likes of MTK, to say, right, here we go. We're going to help you and guide you on the way and, you know, give you a helping hand when need. So, you know, I'm in a real good position for that. And the fighters are very lucky I'm in that position with MTK. And they're obviously going to benefit from that. But I want to build someone from the very bottom to the very top and go, look, you know, that's that. But what also, I think when you start taking on, unless obviously you're very big and, you know, you're very good at it, and obviously other big management companies are, but I only really want a small handful. You know, I've got 2, maybe 3 or 4 top fighters who I believe what can do it. I'm not interested in working with someone who believes that they're British champion, Commonwealth champion. I'm only interested in working with people that believes they're going all the way to the top. Because in this sport, British, Commonwealth, and European level don't get you nowhere. That don't get you anywhere in the real world. You know, that don't get you that relaxing. Do you know what? I'm happy. I've done it. I've made it. This, that. You've got to go to the very, very top and hold yourself there. You know, I look at the likes of Tyson Fury. I've been there at present when he's been at the lowest of the lowest. And now he's at the mountain of the top. You know, he can't get any higher. You know, it's good to see because on the way now I can pass all that information I've got to my young fighters. So I'm looking forward to the journey.
Yeah, I mean, it's about your boxing journey there. I mean, you're only 31, but sometimes do you think,
yep.
Marty, how old am I? I was looking earlier that your 2008 Olympic team, I think DeGale, Gavin, Tony Jeffries, Bradley Saunders, there was 5 of you had retired, and of you left. There's only, you're a world champion. Pricey, you know, all respect, it's going to be very hard for him to get at any sort of world level. Cal Yafai is still going to compete at world level. How much longer, you know, because you look where they all are now, you know, 5 have gone. How much longer do you think you'll go on in boxing?
I can go on as long as I want to go on because I don't get hit. I don't take punishment. I can go on as long as I want to go on. I can go on until I'm 35 if I choose to. You know, if I was one of these fighters that take punishment, you know, and been on the floor and had to bite my gum shield, get back up and grind the win out, and I haven't need to do that. And I'll box at high level. You know, I haven't been beaten on home soil since I've been 13. You know, I've got a very, very good, sturdy record. I've got a very, very, you know, my record speaks for itself. I haven't ducked no one. I'm always putting myself for the big fights. But, you know, the boxing gods sometimes say, you know, it's not going to happen this time. And I've had that a few times. But listen, it is what it is. It totally is what it is. But look, that's out of my control. So, look, I think another 2 years. Obviously, that the COVID set in and, you know, I'd like to have been busier this year because signed the deal with Matchroom. You know, I had my fight in LA. Wasn't too pleased. Wanted to put it right. Canelo fight. You know, then a pandemic. Yeah. So it's been like a bit of a stop-start roller coaster ride for me. But I've never ever took punishment. Never. Not one sparring partner. I'm not saying I'll beat every sparring partner up or they beat me up. But not one sparring partner can ever say, do you know what? I eat him more than fucking 5 times. 6 times in one spot. Not one.
Yeah. Are you frightened?
I don't do beatings. I don't do beatings, Steve. You know that, mate. Look at my face.
Hey, you look well. That's why you've got a future in the porn trade, mate.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at.
But with the Canelo fight, you know, what sort of emotions did you go through? Because I used to see you when you was in the Village Hotel. I remember the last time I saw you, I think it was a Wednesday, and you were literally waiting for the call then for the umpteenth time, and you thought it might be there. You were looking well. You'd been in camp for 3-4 weeks, ready to go. Did you think then, I just don't need boxing? I can retire unbeaten. I'm happy financially. I can manage fighters. Did it go through your mind then at all?
You know what it is? Sometimes you do think like that. You think, do you know what? You know, and I think people's got this perception of me that, oh yeah, he's not going to be around too long. But I could wake up tomorrow and think, do you know what? I'll be in the sport another 3-4 years. I could wake up and think I'll be in it another year. It all depends how I get treated in the sport. You know, look, I'm loving camp at the minute. You know, I'm training hard. I'm enjoying it. The sun's out. I'm in a happy place. So I'm just waiting for fight news. And once I get the ball rolling and get going, then I enjoy it. But when you're just waiting, you know, this level, at world level, and I don't care who it is, any world level fighter who's been at the top will say this: business is horrible. Business is horrible, and it's so. Business at this level is so immature. It's this, you know, people spitting the dummies out, and you know, who wants to ring walk first? It's just a load of bollocks. Let's make the big fights. Let's make the big fights and see who the best is at the way. You know, let all these promoters get together and say, right, you've got a super middleweight, I've got one. Well, this is my super middleweight's tied up. Do you want to make a unification? Do you want this? I know you've got the aspect of the TV companies crossing, but they all can be worked out. You know, that all could be worked out. It should really be what you don't see now in boxing, and this upsets me a bit. In the amateurs, the world number 1s, 2s, 3s all fight each other. That's how the pro rank should be, my opinion. But at the minute now, there's a lot of you know, ducking and I don't want it yet and later. And I just think that's the only thing that messes it up at the top level. And that's what gives me the sick and the ump really at that level. Because you work all your life to get to a level to, well, let's see who the best is. All right, he's the best. Let's have it. And then, you know, he might have a finger injury or he might have a fight on his contract or some are mandatory and just a load of businesses are.
Yeah. So when you get your fight date, you can go back to England to train with Ben for this fight?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm just waiting for a date at the moment. Once I get my date, then I'll decide whether I'm going to go back in England, stay here. You know, we may, if it's, I don't even know, maybe in America. Fly to America, I don't know yet. So, you know, we're just waiting on confirmation for that.
Yeah. So, tell us, you know, you're looking after a couple of fighters now. Take away the fighters you look after and manage. Who's the best young fighter? If I said to you, who's the best young fighter to watch in Britain under, say, 10 fights? Who would you say to me?
Well, I'll give you a list of world champions that I believe if you put 100 quid with the bookies on, you 100% will get one. My opinion, and I'm not saying because of, you know, two who I manage: Louis Edmonds, Dante Dixon, Willie Hutchinson,
Yeah.
Dennis McCann. They're four there, and also Shabazz, Ben Davison's training.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah. I saw him in Manchester with you. Yeah.
Names there. That's 5 names there that I can say, keep your eyes peeled out and watch them, because I believe if a man went and put 100 quid on one of them 5 to be world champion in, let's say 6 years time, 5-6 years time, he'd be a very, very happy man walking to the bookies.
Bill, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Always great seeing you. I'm glad. Whereabouts are you in Spain, by the way?
I'm in a little island called Fuerteventura.
Oh,
is it Fuerteventura? Was it? Fuerteventura. I got it right.
Fuerteventura, yeah.
Canary Islands.
Canary Islands, yeah. Oh, brilliant. Well, thanks for speaking to us, Bill, and thanks to your great pal Tom for sorting this out. He's a top man as well.
He's a good man, mate. He's a good man. Look, here he is. He's just rolling here, doing some work now. He's non-stop working. All the team to be working. All of them. We're all working hard here. Every one of us. So, you know, if you all work hard and put it together, only good results.
Bill, thanks very much, and we'll speak in a few weeks, maybe.
See you later, brother. God bless you.
Thanks, Tom.
Info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north. Click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.